if we can get this done. So I'm going to start trying to do daily vlog posts, because if I wait a few days, I end up doing so much stuff, or I have so many plans, and I start talking so much, I end up with a 30-minute video. So, I got this area cleaned up. We got Christmas stuff going on over here. I still need to do some wrapping, but then I gotta move that plate of rocks and everything. I'll probably move them over there, or up on top of the shelf over there. But gotta clean that out a little. But still, whew, it's pretty. You guys probably saw my introduction video. It still needed work, so fixed that area. I got this stored over here temporarily. That's what we're gonna cook our ham in for Christmas. We do ham every year for Christmas. Then over here we got a new shelving unit. Pretty much I told my husband, I was like, don't worry about getting anything for me for Christmas, because we've spent all this during this time of the year, and and we had to pay property taxes, which is like pretty much $560, and then they charged $1 a day for late fees, so that was an extra $11. We were 11 days late, so $571 pretty much for property taxes. Then we had to do the car registration. It was like $340 for the car registration. That was due at the end of this month, and so we went and got that done. And then of course Christmas shopping. So we're pretty much bare bones now in terms of funding. And my medicine still got to get taken out with it. I cut back the drink, the powdered stuff that you put in water to drink. I cut that down, and so it's a bit cheaper, but it's still $127 a month for me to get the medicine that's helping me out really, really well. So that's got to come out still, and then we got food and other bills and stuff. So I told him, I was like, because this was $90, this shelving unit. We were gonna originally build a shelving unit here, but when it was all said and done, after I'd get all the materials, and then we have to do all the work, and then it wouldn't be versatile. I wouldn't be able to move it if I changed my mind. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD on top of the autism, or it's part of it. So I changed my mind on how I like things designed a lot. So this is actually a lot better. So I can move this if I decide I want to do this somewhere else. So I'd gotten this a while ago. I can't remember how much. I think this was like $60. And then all this other stuff is stuff I've had before and repurposed. I bought the broccoli seeds for the microgreens, which is like $20 for a pound. And so basically I told him, I was like, I've already got my Christmas. He bought a new drill for us, which we got. I was like, oh my god. I told him to spend just get a cheap $20 drill, which is what we had before, before mice chewed through the cord, because we have some mice that are loose, and I'm working on catching them with our humane mouse catcher thing over here. But anyway. So it chewed through the cord for charging, and so we had to get a new drill and a new battery, and it's a black. So it's a better quality than the one we had. The one we had was really crap quality. We got a new tape measure because my son's broken the last 3. He's not even allowed to look at this tape measure. Okay. And then we got a new drill bit set, since we pretty much lost all the drill bits that we had before. And that all cost money, and I was like, you know what? I was able to get him Christmas, and I was able to get Christmas for everybody else. But I told him, he's like, I haven't even thought of what to get you yet. And I was like, don't worry about it, because boom, you already got my Christmas. This is what I want. So I just kind of got mine early, the way I see it. I found all of my seeds. These seeds are about 2 years old. And I'm pretty sure I can still get a good part of them to grow for me. And I'm going to start trying to grow different lettuces and a few of those types, the above ground plants, if you will, not the rooting plants, but above ground. Nothing that really does a lot of fruit. So no cucumbers and squash or anything like that. Not right now. It's December, but different types of lettuces, maybe some green onions for when I make things and things like that. The little stuff that I can usually grow inside, I'm going to start that up with my seed starting tray here. Got my light down. I actually have it set up so that they can hook right here. I got the hooks right here for it to mount on, and then take this, I can unhook this and hook it up here to pull it up. So when these get bigger, whatever I've got growing here, I can raise it. Right now, I haven't planted anything in this yet, but I'm going to today. After I go through my seeds and decide which ones to do. And this has a wick system, so these will actually get water coming up from the bottom. This tray's full of water. I have this to gauge the temperature of this setup. And it just sits right in here. It reads the temperature, and then I have a setting on my little temperature gauge here that the heat mat plug into. And so when this area reaches the temperature I want it at, they'll turn the mat off, and then if it needs to turn it on because the temperature starts going down, it'll turn it on. The lighting produces some heat, not a whole bunch. So right now it'll be just fine at this height, especially for the little microgreens here. I'm gonna once these grow a good bit, and when I harvest them, I'm gonna try them out in my mom makes a ham potato casserole. It's ham, potatoes, and cheese, and she cooks it in the oven. Well, I redid that and did a broccoli potato casserole. Everything's the same. I just replaced the ham with the broccoli, and I really like that. I'm going to try it with the microgreens instead of actual broccoli, and see how that tastes. So I'm using this to kind of cover up, help hold some humidity in there to help this stay kind of damp to help the seedlings grow. And then this will, when I fill this up with seeds, at least half the tray, I'm going to do half the tray, the seeds, then that'll grow. When these get green and start really filling out, I'll pull these out and just set them out without being in the tray. And by then, I'll probably be harvesting, but we'll see. And by then, I will be switching out and adding more seeds. So I've got these trays. Well, the second tray that actually goes on the other side there. And I'll bring the camera up closer. So right now I got one of these in that seed starter right now. This goes on the other side. Currently on the other side in that tray is the microgreens. Now the water doesn't come up. That whole tray is full of water, and then I have a mat that wicks the water up that's supposed to go into the holes here. So it's for this system. It's not going to do anything for my microgreens, but the humidity from the dome is over top of the microgreens. And that's why I put the microgreens in there, is so that they get that humidity. But when I start my seeds, I'm actually going to just start seeds on this side right here. And I'm going to leave this blank. And then after a week, I'm going to fill this up with the same seeds I did over here, but these will be a week behind. And so I plan on, and that's what I'm going to start with over there. And then the next week, I'll do this side. So I'll have week 1, week 2, then week 3, and then week 4. And so hopefully if I set it up just right, I'll have seeds starting every week And hopefully by the time I'm at week 4, I should definitely have already either pulled out week 1 and week 2 for the seed starters and put them into actual pots, or at least do week 1 and get that into a pot and circulate. That way I've always got supply going, and we'll have a harvest every week, eventually. That's my game plan. I haven't really sat down and done all the math to figure it all out, to see if it'll work. I haven't gone and done the germination for each individual plant or anything like that. But that's my goal. I'm trying to do. So that we'll have some fresh green, lettuces and stuff at the very least. That tub down there, that's down next to, over behind that chair and stuff, that tub, I want to use for potatoes. I'm not sure if I like how deep it is. I feel like it needs to be deeper. And I need to get a tray to go underneath it to catch all the water. So I have not started any potatoes yet. That and my potato seeds, the ones I set to the side to seed for me, they have not progressed yet. It's probably going to take them a while before they get anywhere. I still need to look into how to get potatoes to chits fast. So that's probably what I'm going to work on today, outside of doing more food stuff. On another note, one last thing. So today is the 14th. So today, last Wednesday, I put in a request for the city council to discuss making a city ordinance for Potomac quail. And the meeting is tonight at 6. Now my husband left really early this morning. We're trying to get his day done early so that he'll be home hopefully and I can make the meeting. But with the weather and stuff, I'm not holding my breath. I'm probably going to miss the meeting, which means turning in that, I got to call City Hall and see what I can do, but chances are me turning in that information was all for naught. The reason I was doing it now is because they still, if they go, okay, yes, we'll put it up for the city to vote on, yay or nay, and then it has to be out for like 4 months for people to, vote for or against adding it as a city ordinance. And like I said, there's nothing saying I can't have Potomac quail, but there's nothing protecting me in having it either. So, like, I could get Potomac quail, and then somebody who's ignorant and decides just to want to be a pain in the butt could complain about me having Potomac quail, and then somebody could decide that they want to do a city ordinance saying I can't have Potomac quail and just make a huge pain in my butt, and I don't want to deal with that. But if this doesn't go through, it's not a big deal. It just kind of sets back how soon I want to do the quail. However, I figured out I want to do rabbits first anyway, so I'm not stressing over the quail. We want to do rabbits first, even though the city doesn't seem to know what's going on. We asked them, because the city's ordinance for the rabbits you can have outside of your house, have in your yard, is 2. And they have to be in a hutch and protected from predators and such. The standard jargon, but you can only have 2. And we asked them, okay, does that mean 2 adults or just 2 period? It doesn't specify adults or not. It just says 2 rabbits. And they're like, oh, well, we figure, if you raise them for meat and you dispatch the kits in the, soon enough time, you'll probably be fine. I don't like probably be fine. And so we asked them, and they could never specify. They never said if it has 2 male or 2 rabbits. And then we got you'll probably be fine as long as you're not, keeping a whole bunch of adult rabbits at all times. Well, so But that's outside. And so I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? We'll fix it. So, because I want to be able to have 3 does and 2 males eventually, because you want to A, be able to rescue your does from breeding. B, if the doe gets sick or if the doe rejects a litter or a bunny when they have babies, then you want another doe that's got a litter to be able to foster those babies or be able to take them in. And so usually the best, a really good setup is 3 does, 2 males, or 2 bucks, what they call them. But so 3 females, 2 males. And that's also if something happens to one of your males, you've got another male that you can breed while you're waiting to replace what happened to the one male, or you let the one male get better, or whatever, it depends on what you do. So the best setup is 3 does, 2 males, for more versatility, especially if you're going to try and do a small setting. So what we're going to do is in this room, on the other side, over here, with this wall, as you can see. Ignore the mess that the mice have made outside their cage. I'm going to be vacuuming that up today. I'm staying on top of keeping this room clean.
Oh
but,
my God!
Darian! Oh yeah. We're going to do the does inside and the males outside. And you want to take the does to the males to their hutch to breed anyway, because does get really territorial with this area. And then this whole wall here, that'll be plenty of room for does to have room to run around and stuff in the hutch and be able to raise kits. And in this room, I'll be able to let them out and actually, so I'm going to close off this area right here. Either completely build a wall, or
Nice light, Mom.
I'm in the middle of discussing this video. I'm either going to completely enclose it so the cats can't get in here, period, anymore, and the dogs can't, and put a door there, and kind of do like a greenhouse look. So it'll be clear, it'll be wood frame and in like clear plastic, so it looks like a little greenhouse. And I'll be like, oh, this is my greenhouse room. Or I'm going to just do a half wall so that when I let the rabbits out, they can't get out of the room. But I really like my original idea with the trying into a greenhouse doorway. So we'll see. But then they'll have this whole room that they can run around in. All of my plants and growing and stuff will be up above where they can't reach it, so I don't have to worry about that. And we'll be growing different fruits. They'll be able to eat the leftovers or the scraps of some of the different foods. Certain foods like iceberg lettuce and things like that, and carrots, like the root part of the carrot and everything, are actually really bad for rabbits. But I'll be able to feed them, like, I think romaine lettuce is actually okay, kale, other things like that, spinach, those things they'll be able to eat the scraps of and get some fresh food supplemented into their diet too. And in their droppings is a cold manure. So you got cold manure and hot manure. Hot manure means that it's really high in, I guess, nitrogen, and it'll just bleed that nitrogen into the soil like boom, and it'll destroy your crops. And so what you need to do is you need to compost it so it slowly mixes that nitrogen into the soil, and then later on you can use that, and it's safe for your garden. Well, rabbits is a cold manure. It doesn't do that. The nitrogen slowly breaks down in a slow setting.
I love you,
I love you. So rabbit droppings you can actually just put straight into your garden. And immediately you've got good compost to use in your garden. And that'll actually work out well for an indoor container garden. I do have my worm compost over here to break down my plant materials and leftover stuff like that, eggshells and so on. And old paper bags and things like that I'll supplement in there too. But the rabbit droppings, I don't gotta wait for them. I don't. I can just use their droppings straight away. which will be really, really beneficial. So we're going to start with rabbits first, and we've got all the tools now, because my husband got the tools for me, to build the hutch. Now we just need the materials. So we're going to need the materials to build the hutch, the wooden 2x4s and stuff like that, and then the wiring. Since this will be an indoor hutch, I won't have to worry about roofing for this indoor hutch, but we will want to do roofing or ensure that there's plenty of roofing and stuff for rabbits on the outside, which I actually want on the porch instead of in the yard. So they'll actually already have roofing from the porch. So I'll probably add another layer of roofing to help with blocking the wind and stuff during the winter. Because and I'm probably going to try and figure out a way to make sure it's in some way heated. Even though rabbits can be pretty hardy with the winters and stuff, I don't know. I really don't like the cold, and I'm going to feel bad enough that those 2 bucks are going to be outdoors. So I'm going to pretty much try and make those hutches as like awesome as possible for those guys. And I'm going to dote in a way on our animals. I'm going to work and find ways that I can dote on them and be cost effective while I do it. And that's going to be like, providing enrichment in ways that are, reusing things and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my update. I'm going to start doing these daily so that they're not so long. This one's like 21 minutes long. And I rushed through it. And I'm not even going, I got these plants from my grandmother yesterday. These are cuttings. These are both succulent types. I can't remember what she said they were, but I'm sure some of you who might watch this will recognize these plants. I got these cuttings, and they're in these. You get a fresh start. I'm giving them extra lighting. They were kept in a kind of an outdoor greenhouse-esque enclosed porch area. So they were really used to the cold and getting a lot of light during the day. So I want to make sure they get plenty of light. I got my basil here. Someone gave me this, and it says 2 to 4 weeks. I planted that. We'll see how long that takes. Of course, I went over that, and then I got my rosemary. It's still quite happy. Over here, I used an old peanut butter jar to make this, and it's got rocks in the bottom. I don't normally like to rely on rock things. It's better to have drainage holes and just let it drain. But I didn't have anything to set this on. That's what's holding me back from doing my potatoes. I need a tray to set that on so it can drain through. But I got these rocks here, and I got it open on the bottom here so I can see just how much moisture is down here, so I know if I've overwatered or not. And then I got this enclosed so that the light's not touching the roots, and it just kind of makes it look nice and neat. And my rosemary's going to be pretty happy here in the window. I got presents I got to do. I got a farmer's almanac here for this coming year, and I got to figure out and teach myself how to read that thing. If you've never read one before, it's like reading a different language. There's so much information in here, and I just don't know what to do with half of it. I don't know what half of it means or says, so I need to read through it. I mean, it tells you how to use this book in the book. I just got to read through it. And then I got my calendar here, which is also got the farmer's almanac dates and information kind of mixed in. Moon talk, I think, is the focus of this one. I love the moon, so it works really well. It's all these pictures of the moon through the month. It starts in January, so I don't get anything. I can't keep track of anything on this for December, so I gotta keep track of it elsewhere. to the dates of where I planted everything, but there we are. Trying to get my potatoes to seed. I put one out here, and I'm keeping one in the dark and see which one gets. I guess they're called chits. Whichever one gets chits faster. I'm gonna go look it up and see how I can get those to chip faster too. So anyway, so that's that. And I'm going to start doing this daily, hopefully, and start posting daily. It's my goal. And I'll probably have a whole bunch of other videos because I'll think of something and I'll be like, oh, I gotta talk about that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Not that anyone's really watching that, I'm pretty sure. But because my video quality sucks, like I said, mostly these videos are for me and for anyone who struggles really hard to try to make the changes that they want to in their life. I struggle really hard. I've been wanting to do this stuff for 3 years now. I lived in this house and I've only just now started. So yeah. Anyway, I gotta go and start vacuuming and cleaning. So thanks for watching. I'll see you later. And I'll talk.